Hi friends, welcome to this video. Today we're going to tier rank all of the books that I read in 2022. To do that I have my handy dandy iPad. I don't really have a great place to put it, so it's going on my lap, I guess. I read 50 books in 2022, which I know compared to some booktubers is not a lot, but I want to say I read a lot of Outlander books this year, and those are big chunky books. I had about 21,000 pages read, so not horrible. I'm hoping to read even more this year, but let's get into tier ranking. So I have seen other people do this video, and I love when they do tiers that aren't like actual levels, like S, A, B, C, blah, blah, blah. So the top one is Won't Shut Up About It. These are books that I just talk about, recommend to everyone. Exclamation marks. Really excited about it. Loved it. Good, I guess, are ones that, like, they're good, but, you know, not amazing. And then we have good, but wouldn't necessarily recommend. These are books that maybe I enjoyed or thought were interesting, but I would only recommend them to a certain subset of people. The books that are mid, you know, they're just meh. Then we have books that are kind of forgettable. I do find sometimes when I look back on books that I have read, like especially towards the beginning of the year, I've completely forgotten what they're about. And then we have Not Today, Satan. These are books that I really did not like, and I'm sorry if any of you love these. So the first book I have is you know, I'm noticing that these are not in the best format. Okay, so unfortunately, I don't know why, but when I uploaded my images, they're in these weird rectangles, but I think for the most part, I can identify what the books are, so we're just gonna go with it. This first book is an Outlander book. I honestly, of course I say I can identify that, and then the first one I can't. This is A Breath of Snow and Ashes, and I think honestly, all of the Outlander books are probably gonna go on the same because I read them all back to back and it's just so hard to remember what happened in each book. So they're going in the exclamation mark. This one is also Outlander. This is The Fiery Cross. I feel like this is the one that maybe wasn't as good. I'll put it there. I think this is that's the one where most people start getting bored in the series. And then we have Written in My Own Heart's Blood. That was a really good one. Okay, and then we have Console Wars, which this is one that actually talks about consoles. So like PlayStation, I think it was like mostly Sega versus like Nintendo and stuff like that. And like it was interesting. It was good, but again, this is one I wouldn't necessarily recommend to a lot of people. This one's Blind Spot. I remember thinking it was good at the time. Can I remember what it's about right now? Maybe not. I feel bad saying it's forgettable though. Do I even own this book? Yes, I do. What are you about? Oh, this one is actually good. It talks about biases. So inherent biases and whatnot. I actually really would recommend this. This is not a fiction book, but it talks about stereotypes and how maybe we inherently think about things the way that we were raised in the culture that we're in. Maybe we see somebody and we immediately stereotype them, and way that we have implicit biases. And there are tests that you can actually take to kind of like show your biases, and I don't recommend taking these tests unless you are ready to see it, because they have ones where you're supposed to sort things into like good or bad connotations. And so there was one, like let's say the elderly, so it would show you a face of like a young person, and then you would kind of sort like young and old, and then you would do like good / bad, whatever, and depending on your biases you would end up swapping things on accident. It was really interesting. I did not explain that well. Okay, and then we have Crooked Kingdom, which is the second book in the Six of Crows series. Oh, I don't remember.
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
I don't have an answer either. Maybe it goes here. Okay, and then we have Ink Death. This is really hard, guys. I feel like I needed a category between like the exclamation marks and the good, I guess. I'll put it in good, I guess. And then we have Descender. I'll put that here. I wouldn't say it's like a 5-star series, but it's about like robots and sci-fi, which like isn't necessarily my preferred reading, but it is interesting. It's good. And then we have Read Tie in 10 Days. Again, like it's informative, it's good, but I'm not going to recommend that to pretty much anyone I know. I am going to put all of the Descender ones in here. And then, what is this one? This is another, I think this is Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone. This was a good one. We have Into the Water. Honestly, I would say it's mid. Ooh, King of Scars and Rule of Wolves. I feel like, did I like King of Scars better than Crooked Kingdom? I don't think so. Rule of Wolves. Did I like that better than King of Scars? I'm gonna say that these are like neck and neck. I don't remember if I liked one more than the other. Then we have Race for the Mind. No. Just no. Okay, and then I have the most recent Miss Peregrine book. I know I really liked it at the time, but I can't remember anything that happened in that book. No. If you want to know more about some of these, watch previous videos. Bleak Creek. This I would say good, I guess. I would maybe put it here. Oh, The House in the Cerulean Sea. That was a good book. Ooh, do I like that better than... No, we'll put it here. The Atlas 6. It's good, I guess. This is one that I enjoyed, but I do feel like the second book might be better. I'm hoping. Mrs. Death, Mrs. Death. This is good, but wouldn't necessarily recommend. It is a strange book. It really just feels like someone's having a fit the entire time. Under the Whispering Door, I really enjoyed that. I think I might have actually liked that better than The House in the Cerulean Sea. And then we have Tangleroot Palace. This is short stories. I feel bad saying mid, but I'm gonna put it there. The short stories were good, and there was one in particular I really loved, but there were some that just like were hard to follow and I just didn't vibe with. Comfort Me with Apples, mid. The Book of Magic. I love all of the books in the series, I'm not gonna lie. It's a vibe. If you're not like a vibey reader, I don't necessarily recommend. Oh, Where the Drowned Girls Go? Yeah, that's going up high. This is going into Won't Shut Up About It. I won't shut up about the series in general. I love Shauna McGuire and I love this series. This is good, but wouldn't necessarily recommend. I just realized I didn't really put these in order. I would rate this above this. I don't know, I have a hard time rating this. Would it be above? So this book is called Ain't Burned All the Bright. It is mostly images and then there's like one run-on sentence / poem going throughout. And it basically just describes the life of, I think it's like a Black family during COVID. So it's talking about like coughing and then also like Black Lives Matter stuff. It's really interesting and it's done in a really artistic way, but I know that that's not necessarily everyone's style. When someone says, I want to read a book, I don't think that's what I would recommend because it is so heavily reliant on art. But for people that I know are really into that like mixed media sort of thing, I think they would like it. So if that's your thing, check it out. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's not. This is a book by Taz, who's on YouTube. I don't know. I'm gonna put it on good, I guess. And this isn't a category for saying like I don't like this book. Like these are books that I would maybe rate 3 to 4 stars. Like they're still getting rated highly. It's hard to like compare some of these because this is poetry. And then we have Demon in the Woods. Is that what that book's called? Yes, Demon in the Wood. This is the graphic novel that has to do with the Leigh Bardugo Shadow and Bone trilogy series. I'd probably put this here. Okay. A Court of Frost and Starlight. I've read all of these like ACOTAR books back to back, so I feel like I need to like remember what each one is. This is the one I wasn't obsessed with. So I'm gonna put this on mid. It was here. It was like a holiday special in this series, if that makes sense. And I've never been one that really enjoys holiday books, and it just had too much of that holiday book vibe for me. Not a fan. Daisy Jones and the Six. Ooh, I'm maybe gonna go Won't Shut Up About It. I was really hesitant to read this because I'm not normally someone who likes books set in, I think it's like the 70s. I'm not one who really likes books set in that time period and books about like bands and stuff. That's really just not my vibe. But I listened to it as an audiobook, and each person is done by a different voice, and the whole book, if you're not aware, is done as like an interview. And I really loved it. It was great. I'm gonna do A Court of Thorns and Roses next. I think I would put that. Do I like it better than Outlander? Maybe I'd put it like here. And then we have A Court of Mist and Fury. I really liked A Court of Mist. I don't know, but Thorns and Roses was really good too. I think Mist and Fury I maybe liked more. We're gonna put it here. And then, which ones was Wings and Ruin? I read these so close together that I almost forget what's in each one. So I'm gonna put that in there, but I don't really know. Baron and Luthien. This is another good, but wouldn't necessarily recommend. I really enjoy Tolkien. If you are not a Tolkien buff, you will be bored out of your mind reading this book. I even like at times was like, this is a lot, because they kind of just tell the same story over and over again in different iterations. So if that's not your vibe, don't read this. Bone Man's Daughters by Ted Dekker. This is another good, I guess. Like, it's good, but I wouldn't rant and rave about it. Okay, there. Oh, Bressinger. Yeah, not today. Same with Inheritance. Also, I just want to say, like, these books, the order of this might not necessarily work with how I rated things in Goodreads, because I usually rate the books as soon as I'm done reading them. But looking back on these books now, when I've had time to like ruminate on them, I feel like my opinion might be a little different. I'll put that one there. That's another Descender comic one. Oh, I thought this was Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone, but it's not. Maybe it's Drums of... What is this book? I don't even know anymore. This one is Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone. And I'm gonna stick it up here. And then we're also gonna have Seven Stones Stand or Fall. This is Outlander like short stories and novellas that happen to characters in the Outlander series. I wouldn't say I like it as much as the books in the series, so I'm gonna put it in here. Then we have Shauna McGuire Middle Game. This is a really good book. I wouldn't say I like love it. So it's gonna go in good, I guess. Maybe above the Island 6. But then I feel like this is so hard, guys. Maybe it goes like here. Within each section, I'm trying to put them in the order, but like, it's not gonna be completely accurate. Oh, we have Monstrous. I love all of the Monstrous series. This is a just amazing, like, comic, but the world building and stuff is so intricate that if you're not into complex world building and politics and things like that, I don't recommend. The art, though, is stunning. Okay, and then we have, oh, I had this in there twice. Not sure how that happened. Okay, and then we have Nothing But Blackened Teeth. It was kind of forgettable. There's something about being in a house and, yeah, I don't know, I forgot. Then we have Seasonal Fears by Shauna McGuire. This is the sequel to Middle Game. I thought it was good, but like, not amazing. And then we have The Golden Enclaves, which is a part of the Deadly Education series. I love this series. I talk about it to everyone. The Vanishing Half. This is gonna go, I don't know. Where does this go? It was a good book, and I think for me as a white person, like, I'm not going to be able to relate to this as much. For those who don't know, it is about, I believe, twin sisters, and one is white passing and the other is not. Or I think maybe they're both white passing, but one chooses to be white passing and basically pretend to be white and move away from town and stuff, and the other one chooses like kind of the opposite and whatnot. So for me, it's not something I can relate to, but I don't think that means that the book is bad. I think it's good to read books where you can't always relate to the main character because, you know, I don't live in a world where everybody's a dark-haired white girl. Anyway, I'm gonna put it in good, I guess. And then What Moves the Dead? I'm also gonna put that here. And I'm gonna actually maybe move this. This is a short story, kind of like horror-esque, but it was really good. But not like amazing, you know? It had fun vibes. I'll put it here. Is that 50? I'm missing a book. I'm gonna look on my Goodreads real quick and figure out what I'm missing. Oh, okay. Now that I'm looking at this, I'm gonna move some things around. So this is, Descender Volume 3, I believe, just gave everyone's like background stories. I wasn't a huge fan, so I'm gonna actually move it to mid. Oh, and this one, which I couldn't remember, is Echo in the Bone. It's still an Outlander series book. Oh, somehow I think I missed Six of Crows. So that would go right up here with Crooked Kingdom. I thought it was really good. I don't think I thought it was as good as some people did. I would argue that I liked Crooked Kingdom better than I liked Six of Crows, just because the characters were already established and I already cared about them. Yeah, I think this is my list. I'm sorry there's ads. I don't know how people did this without the ads. Can I like close it? Oh yeah. Okay, anyway. This is my final tier list. with all 50 books. It doesn't look like that many books looking in front of me now, but hopefully I will read even more this year. Let me know how many books you're trying to read this year down in the comments, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!